well. So overall thoughts coming off that win?
I think it was a great response. Actually, we spoke about the whole week. Obviously, we didn't show who we are when we were down in Tampa, but I think the whole week, the focus, the concentration was exceptional. And today, I think was some of the best football we actually played in first half. And second half, we created also opportunities to go 3-4-0. But I think overall was a great performance from the boys. I'm very happy with their performance.
Profesor, buenas noches, Ramón Cortés de Somos Racing. Felicidades por el triunfo. Preguntarle qué ve con Saco. Es un equipo diferente, el número 7 cuando entra. Hoy fue rompió barreras. ¿Qué le cambia del partido pasado que perdieron 3-0 al de hoy? ¿Qué trabajaron? ¿Y qué le dijo, si se puede saber, al número 11 cuando salió un poquito frustrado por las fallas que tuvo en la banca?
No, para mí yo soy muy contento porque estamos en un partido contra Tampa, no juega bien, es un mal partido. Ahora se no trabajó muy bien. Para mí es un muy partido excelente tácticamente. Primer tiempo, el equipo le juega bien. Saco Momentelli es un jugador y le juega muy bien. Entonces mucho de confianza, está tranquilo con cabeza porque hizo la adaptación, está muy bien, porque año pasado es un primer año en Estados Unidos, fútbol diferente está aquí, Momentelli le juega muy bien, yo soy muy contento para él.
Y al número 11, ¿qué le comentó, si se puede saber, en el cambio? Vimos que salió un poco frustrado porque no...
No, está frustrado porque está normal, tu cambio lo juega porque segundo tiempo, yo creo que está bien por el control de la juega, eso es necesario, está tu cambio.
Muchas gracias.
We saw a lot of man-to-man defending again from your group and a little bit from Sacramento as well.
Yeah.
Can you talk to me about how you feel your team navigated those dynamics in possession and out of possession?
I think we did a great job first half, and second half I think we were fading a little bit with the players that some of the players, which is natural because man-to-man is a tough thing to do. And I think, but overall, I'm very happy with how we dealt with the man-to-man. I think we limited them to maybe 3 or 4 shots, 5 shots. I will look at the stats, but overall, I think how we responded for me was the most important thing. Coming back after the loss in Tampa, which was not us.
And today was International Night. I mean, everyone got to come in with their flags. I mean, how did that kind of affect the team's mentality coming into today's game?
For me, it's international day every day because of the sport that we play. Right? We see the different cultures, we see the different nationality, and that's what football does to you, right? Football brings you together. Football create that passion, that love, that empathy that we all see around the world. And you see today in the final, like the Champions League final, people crying from different nations. So for us to have that international flag there, I think is very important. I think it's great to show, where we're all coming from. But for me, the biggest thing is once the ball rolling, we're all equal.
Obviamente la próxima semana viajan a Albuquerque a jugar contra Nuevo México United. ¿Qué esperas en un partido así contra un rival que ya tienes mucha historia con esas 2 temporadas pasadas?
Es un derby, ¿no? Derby se muy bien.
Coach, your team had a total of 22 shots, 10 on target, so not just talking about the 2 penalties, but just overall witnessing how attack just created so many chances.
I think again it's been one of our forces, right? We wanna dominate with and without the ball, and today to get shots. That was one of the things that we wanted to do really in this game, take shots, because I think we owed it to ourselves after the last game, even though we lost 3-0. But if you look at the overall picture of that game, we had possibilities. We just didn't take him at the right moment, and games are won on the moment. And today we had plenty of moments, but the quality was a little bit lacking. But again, to create those opportunities, which is the hardest thing to do sometimes in games, to create opportunity against a very well-drilled team as well. So for us, I think we played some of the best football that we played in the first half. Second half, we grinded out, which is also necessary because they're going to come in full. And understanding that 2-0 is the hardest lead to contain in football, but the maturity I saw was brilliant in the response.
You guys remain undefeated at home here in the league.
Why are you jinxing us?
You you guys made.
Why you mentioning that?
But you're still in
I don't think about those things, so I'm not gonna answer for that one. But it's a great thing to have. It's a great thing to carry on, and it's something that not to take lightly. It's something to be proud of, but it's something that we're gonna keep working on because that was one of our things to make this place a fortress. So right now we're doing it, but we gotta keep doing. It's not enough just now. We have to know. We gotta maintain the status quo. Even kill and keep going.
Felicidades por la victoria, pero ¿qué hizo la celebración del primer gol de San Saco? Primero lo que le hizo el arquero y después el baile de Michael Jackson y el scuba. No sé si ustedes saben de eso, que es un tren de TikTok ahorita.
Saco es un jugador especial. Saco, yo creo que lo mira de TikTok, los dance de Michael Jackson. Para mí son mi ídolo, Michael Jackson. Para mí estoy muy contento. Saco es
Look at the night from off. Obviously, he was able to find back in the net, but what did he bring tonight? Just to open things up for everybody else on the pitch.
I think he brought a lot of things. Right, he showed his pace, he showed his strength, and when he play like this, it's very difficult because sometimes the hardest thing in football is actually to get to those chances, and he's getting to those chances. And now his next job is put them in the back of the net, and I have no doubt that he will come. Now we just continue to work with him, and he work with him and continue, and he will get those goals for sure, 100%. But very, very happy with his job.
What did you tell him when he came off the pitch? You were there chatting there with him for a second.
No, the message was simple. Listen, you did fantastic. Obviously, we all want you to score goals, but now the focus is all right. The next game. We can't change what just happened right now, but the work that you put in for your team was excellent.
That second penalty looked like there were a few players who kind of wanted to take it. As a coaching staff, is that something that you trust to just leave up to the players to work out who's going to take those?
Yeah, Vic has his order in who's taking the penalties. So for me, the boys know their order, and when that order is there, there's a hierarchy. So for me, it's nothing I need to worry about because that's the trust you have in your players and also them in each other.
Obviously, a win's a win. Not trying to be hypercritical, but you mentioned those chances against Tampa, and both the goals coming tonight on the penalty. Is there a part of you as a coach that's like, obviously, you want to get back to work on, hey, we need to convert these chances in regular play?
I would have been worried if we didn't create the chance, because creating chances is the hardest thing to do in football. So we're creating these chances. So the question for me would be more of the composure to finish, maybe. Right, but if Gunnar maybe waited a little bit, that was a great play that Sacco played through. It was a little bit offside to get another chances. So for me, it's more about putting them in the back of the net, and that's what we're going to continue to work. Creating chances is the hardest thing to do in football, and we're doing it.
You had a lot of youngsters come in so far this season. I mean, Jamison got a couple of minutes here today. What can you kind of talk about, like the impact that these academy players have made this season?
Academy players have played a massive impact for us because of the numerous games that we've had, which was very important to rotate as well players, but also they're going to come crunch time where we're going to need them, and every time we put them in, they've delivered for us. We've done this now for the second year in a row, so we trust our youngins. We definitely trust our youngins because they're embedded in the environment, they know what is required, they understand the expectation, and also they're hungry. They're hungry to show their peers, and the club what they're made of. So for that we must continue because they are the future.